Let's just get started real quick by some fundamentals. I'm sure you guys have kind of played some golf and know what you're doing on the putting green to some extent. But so some basics for putting. It doesn't really matter what grip you have as long as your hands are together. We don't want to hockey stick it, and we don't want to have one hand off the club, obviously. The less moving parts in putting we have, the better. And then from then, we just want to keep the pendulum motion. We want to rock our shoulders, not our arms. And we want to keep the club face perpendicular to our target line. So if we're going to this flag, we want our club face to be pointing perpendicular in a line to that flag. We don't want to be open or closed, obviously, because that'll get the ball started on a bad line. So for now, let's just take some practice swings. Let's kind of get an intro into what our strokes are before the lessons. No balls here, and we're just going to try to see what we have before the lessons. So with those three things in mind, let's just take some practice swings back and forth. Okay, so for a bump and run, there's actually all chipping. There's a really good technique that I kind of use an acronym for. It's BLT, just like the sandwich. And so I say BLT goes really well with chips. Get it? So the first letter is B, obviously. So if we have a ball, so if we're going to be chipping this way, just for your demonstration. So ball, B stands for ball back. So the ball needs to be back in the stance, back off of our right heel. L means we lean forward. Our weight needs to be on our front foot. So ball back, lean forward, and our feet need to be together. So ball back, lean forward, and T stands for tilt the shaft forward. So ball back, lean forward, and tilt the shaft. And then we're in a good solid chipping position for a bump and run. We're going to be using an 8-iron for this shot because we just need to get it on the green as soon as possible. Chipping is a one lever swing, meaning that the shoulders rotate and maybe a little bit of wrist, but that's the only hinge. So it's a very, very minimal movement shot, and we just want to get it on the green as soon as possible and then let it roll like a putt. So when we're preparing for this putt, or chip, obviously, we're going to be reading it like a putt, and then we need to pick whatever club we need to get it on the green as soon as possible, just inside the fringe. Then we're going to have it being read like a putt, so it just trails right into the hole. So let's take some time without any balls. Let's try to get into the BLT position. Ball back, lean forward, and tilt the shaft. So we want our feet together. Put the club head just off of our right heel. Weight probably 70-30 on our lead foot. 70% on the left foot, 30% on the right foot, and then lean that shaft forward. You want the butt end of the shaft maybe pointed at the hip. So the first thing is spine angle. So posture is very important. If you get into a bad posture, it can create a bad habit, and it can even lead to injury. So the most important thing is a straight spine angle. So if we have a really rounded back like this, it's going to limit our rotation, and it's going to prevent us from staying healthy and kind of using the longevity of golf to its full advantage. So if we keep a straight spine angle, we're going to be able to rotate a lot more, and we're going to be able to use the right muscles, which are going to allow us to use our flexibility and play golf for a lot longer. The second tip is to rotate with all of your upper body. I see a lot of times when people take the club back, they're just going to take all arms, or they don't take all arms, and it's just all upper body. So I think I call it connected to your shoulders swing. So we want your arms, your wrists, your shoulders, your upper body, your torso, everything to turn as one. So we want everything connected to the shoulders, and we want to just turn everything. A good goal is to get your left shoulder even with your belly button. Some people can't turn that far, and if you can't, that's fine. But we don't want to have all arms. We don't want to have all body. We want to have all arms and all body, so we can get the most amount of power and get in the right position at the top of the swing. And the third thing is tempo. A lot of times we want to kill the ball, especially when it's hot. We see the ball going a lot farther. I can tell you from experience that you enjoy golf a lot more when you're taking a good tempo and hitting the ball in the sweet spot every time than if you're just trying to lash at it and hit the ball as far as possible every single time. So we want to remain balanced into the golf swing, and after, be able to stop here and talk, have a conversation with somebody after the golf swing. So remain balanced after the swing to keep a good tempo, and don't try to kill it. That's the third tip for today's full swing lesson. So let's take a look at all of our swings individually, and we'll see what we got.